The big wave is really happening. After his face was featured on the giant screen and his victory and sparked international attention, now comes a new, much bigger talk. Backhand index pointing right name called began to enter the ranks of Asia's global elite celebrity. Although there is no official list with the term, this discussion is crowded in the entertainment community and online media, because the surge in influence is no longer considered unusual. Bomb from K-star to global figure. The biggest change that the public is now talking about is Do, known as a popular Korean idol and actor, now began to be positioned as an international figure with high global value. And according to many entertainment observers, backhand index pointing right, this is a phase that few Asian artists have reached. Fire Times Square becomes an explosive point. The visual appearance of D is considered an important symbol, because the place is identical to world-class brands, top international artists, a global campaign of great value. Netizens even called, "This is no ordinary promotion. This is a sign that the level has changed." Warning the industry began to glance more seriously. The most shocking news is the rumor that several global luxury brands are stepping up their approach. International media began to monitor his activities more intensely, and there was talk of a cross-country project after his conscription period was over. There is no official confirmation yet, but this narrative is enough to make the public excited. Collision netizen. This is already a different level. The public reaction immediately exploded. Once popular, now worldwide. The world is global. This is just the beginning. The name again meets various international entertainment discussions. Brain analysis. The most dangerous phase at the same time the most massive. Entertainment analysts assess this phase can be the biggest jump point of his career, or phase with the highest pressure, because the bigger one's name, backhand index pointing right, the bigger the world's expectation of the next step. Bomb the most surprising. At a time when many artists are losing momentum due to hiatus or conscription, backhand index pointing right, the name actually continues to grow, and it is considered extremely rare. Magnifying glass tilted left, big question now. Now the entertainment world is starting to ask, backhand index pointing right, will there be a Hollywood project after this? Backhand index pointing right, will it turn up the biggest global contract of his career? Backhand index pointing right, or precisely another surprising step that has not yet been seen? End arrow cover. One thing is now hard to argue. No longer just talked about as a popular Korean artist. It starts moving towards higher levels, a place where Asian artist names can stand on equal footing in the global spotlight. And if this momentum continues, backhand index pointing right, the world may have just witnessed the beginning of the biggest phase of his career. Fire advanced, global explosion phase. When Eun-woo's popularity can no longer be considered a regional phenomenon. The wave of attention towards Eun-woo is now entering a point that many observers refer to as backhand index pointing right global explosion phase. It's no longer just a temporary virus. It's no longer just about visuals, but the phase when name, face, and its influence began to move beyond the boundaries of the Korean entertainment market. Bomb industry began to read great value. Some entertainment media began to highlight one important point. Backhand index pointing right, its global commercial value is increasing very fast. Indications are visible from international brand attention, high level of global interaction, and the power of cross-country fandom. In the modern entertainment industry, this combination is considered very powerful. Times Square is no longer just a symbol. At first, the appearance in Times Square was considered just a moment of prestige. Today, however, many see it as backhand index pointing right, level transition marker, because usually, artists who are beginning to perform consistently in the global space will be followed by greater international opportunities. Warning, big rumors start to appear, which makes the situation even hotter. Began to speculate about possible international streaming projects, talks with big luxury brands, until the potential for global collaboration after his military service is complete. There is no official confirmation yet, but Collision International netizens join in. Previously dominant spoken in Asia, now international forum begins crowded. Media outside Korea to discuss. And Eun-woo's name is increasingly appearing in global entertainment discussions. This indicates a major change. Backhand index pointing right, his audience is expanding. Brain analysis. Rare phase. Industry observers call this phase very difficult to achieve because it requires stable popularity, strong public image, visual appeal, active global fandom, and the right momentum. Not many artists can get everything at once. Bomb the most surprising. But backhand index pointing right the speed of its growth. Because in a relatively short time, global exposure rises sharply, international discussion increases, and his image changed from Korean idol to global figure. Magnifying glass tilted left, the world began to wait for the big move. Now the international public begins to wait. The first global project, announcement of a major collaboration, or a step that completely changed the course of his career. And many believe, backhand index pointing right, that phase may be near. End arrow cover. Right now, Eun-woo is at a point that is very rarely reached. Not just famous, not just viral, but being in a position where, backhand index pointing right, the world is starting to take it seriously. And if this momentum continues to rise, then what happens next may no longer be just the success of K Entertainment, but rather the birth of one Asian name with a much greater global influence than initially thought. Fire continued. World domination talk phase. When Eun-woo's name starts being mentioned in world-class conversations, the wave that was initially considered just hype is now turning into something more serious. After various global achievements and the international spotlight has continued to increase, a new phenomenon has emerged. Backhand index pointing right, Eun-woo's name is starting to enter the conversation about global influence in the Asian entertainment industry. It's no longer just about popularity. It's about influence, market value, position on the world stage. During this time, the public knew him as iconic visuals, popular idol, famous actors. But now the industry is starting to see it differently. The power brand personality, meaning the name alone already has great value. Public appearances create attention, and its image is considered to sell at the international level. Fire global media began to monitor, which makes the situation even hotter. Some entertainment media outside Asia began highlighting the growth of its influence, discussing global potential after military service, and included his name in the discussion of the new generation of Asian stars. Although it has not yet reached the stage of full dominance, this attention is considered a big step. Warning: comparisons with other Asian stars are beginning to emerge. Netizens began to compare the power of fandom, influence of fashion, up to international crossover potential. And Eun-woo's name is getting on the list more and more often. The most dangerous moment. Analysts say, this phase is decisive, because one big project could catapult his name even further. But one wrong move could slow its global momentum. At this level, backhand index pointing right, the pressure is much greater than just domestic popularity. Brain analysis. Global positioning. What is happening now is not just virality. These are